And then go to your audio mixer. Right click on the red bar to record it. I just like to That's not
AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Woodsfield Savings Bank, and Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling.
As the Tri-Valley Scotties have traveled to Byesville to take on the Meadowbrook Colts in a Muskingum Valley League crossover battle on the hardwood tonight. I'm Dave Hilliard, and along with my partner, Dr. Richard Hall, we'll have all the action on NASH Icon 98.5 and 107.9, and also live streaming tonight on the YRPtv YouTube channel. This is the Scotties' fourth game of the young season. They stand at 2-1, losing their first game at Dublin Scioto 49-44. But bouncing back Friday and Saturday with wins over Crooksville 62-22 and Granville 57-51. The Colts, on the other hand, are playing their second game of the year, falling at Sheridan last Friday 64-18. And I'll bring in my partner here, Dr. Richard Hall. Richard, what do you expect tonight out of these two teams?
Well, I'll tell you, Meadowbrook had a tough go of it Friday night up at Sheridan, only scoring 18 points, but they lost a lot due to graduation last year after being 23-4 and beating Tri-Valley in the regionals, quite frankly. So maybe a little payback tonight. Meadowbrook just has to continue to work to get better and get experience at the varsity level. A couple guys coming back from last year that were role players last year are now being counted on to carry the load offensively. So there's just going to be growing pains, I think, for the Colts, but that's why you play them, Dave. Anything can happen.
Exactly.
And they're at home tonight for game one. And there's a lot of excitement here. The pep band's playing. So, the Colts just have to find a way to limit the Scotties the best they can. As you said, Tri-Valley coming in at 2-1 with a really nice ball club. They had some losses to graduation, but have a nice nucleus back. We talked off the air a little bit about some of their personnel. Max Lyles had a good start. Eric Neal inside is a huge threat. And then, as you mentioned, talking about Terrell Darden, we weren't sure about him until coming into the season. He was a junior varsity player last year, but really has had an impact for Tri-Valley thus far in the season.
Yes, he has. And just pointing out, last year, I would say that's one of the best high school games I've ever seen and got to call when Tri-Valley and Meadowbrook played in that district final up at Coshocton. And, of course, this is a rematch of that game. And Easton Eibel, we'll bring him back out here. Easton Eibel played in that game, and he'll play tonight for Meadowbrook. But his lone shot attempt of that game put that game into overtime at the buzzer. And, of course, then with all the momentum, Meadowbrook kind of ran away with it there in the overtime. But just looking at some of the people that played in that game last year, Max Lyle, as a freshman, had 19 in that game. Eric Neal had some foul trouble, if I remember that, when he only had 4 points. And Aaron Frew, another big post kid and a terror on the football field as well, he had 2 points. Dane Singleton, who will play tonight for Meadowbrook, he had 1 point in that ball game. So, just looking at people that are back, of course, and again, as you said, Meadowbrook lost everybody. Jake Singleton, he's now playing for Marietta College. Romeo Dorsey, Josh Hupp, Drew Webster, Trayvon Mayle, they were all starters on that team. They're all gone. And as you pointed out, Easton Eibel and Dane Singleton are the only two back. You talked about Max Lyle and Eric Neal there. Those are the guys that they have coming back, but they lost 7 seniors themselves at Tri-Valley. Ty Smith, Luke Lyle, Jalen Goins-Chandler, those were all starters on that team. And as we talked earlier, it's one of those, Terrell Darden, where did he come from? Because he has scored 12, 16, and 17 points so far in the 3 games for Tri-Valley. And as you said, he's had a huge impact for the Scotties.
Well, he really has. And, what it comes down to sometimes, Dave, is just the people in front of you are so talented, you can't get on the floor. You're a good player, but everybody around you is a good player, so it just makes it real difficult for you to get on the floor. And I think that's the case with some of the Tri-Valley kids, that they've just simply had to wait their turn. And now it's their time, so it's going to be interesting how they grow as a team. And, in talking to one of their assistant coaches prior to the game, that was the point he made. He said, we've had our struggles. We're 2-1. We're getting better. And he just knows that it's going to be a process, that they've been around it and watched a lot of wins, but it's just going to take some time for them to mature, grow into varsity players. But, the point I made to him, Dave, in high school basketball, your team is an automatic qualifier, so you have time to get better. It's unlike football where,
right.
Every win matters, and obviously, yes, you want to win, but you have time for your team to develop because you're automatically going to qualify for the tournament. So you have time to have growing pains, and if you lose a couple here and there, it may be part of the process. But, it's just going to be an interesting thing to see how Meadowbrook responds after coming off not a great performance at Sheridan, just to find out how hard they'll compete.
Right.
And then again, Tri-Valley coming in here. And I will say this, they remember what happened to them last year, and some of those kids remember that.
Yep.
And, I'm sure they're going to want to come in here and play well and avenge that loss from last year.
I think you're exactly right there, and it's one of those where, as we said, Meadowbrook, they've just got to do a lot of work on fundamentals, and they got to try to get better each night because they're certainly up against it in terms of returning talent, and everybody wants a piece of them. Meadowbrook had Jake Singleton running all over the place and scoring a bunch of points, and they're going to remember, hey, we got a chance now. We can just return the favor, and they're probably going to try to take advantage of that if they can. Just looking around, and this is a crossover game, Meadowbrook in a small school, Tri-Valley in the big school division. In the MVL, we were talking about, what we've seen so far. It's really early in the season, but, in the small school, Coshocton and Meadowbrook, they seem to be teams that might be comparable, both going through some growing pains. The class of the small school seems to be right now at least Morgan and West End.
Yeah, and keep in mind when you look at the schedule. If you're the head basketball coach, you got to be asking the AD, "What did you do to me?" We're starting the season, playing Sheridan and Tri-Valley.
Yeah,
so, you just have to get through these games and learn from them and try to compete the best you can. And if you can pull out a win, great. But compete and try to get better.
Lots of MVL games going on tonight, and of course, over in the big school too, Sheridan. They started off playing against this Meadowbrook team, and Sheridan looks to be, Sheridan. Tri-Valley already, this is game 4, as we said earlier. So, talk about getting some of those games in early, but they played Dublin Scioto on the road, a tough game, bigger school, obviously. They try to schedule those out. I think they played DeSales again. They've played DeSales the last couple of years in basketball. So, they try to schedule and get themselves better in preparation for postseason as well. But they played Friday night and Saturday, won 2 of those games, just lost that first one at Scioto. So, we expect Tri-Valley to be a force in the big school division. One that we talked about could be a dark horse in the MVL is Maysville.
Yeah, they return a lot of people, and they're really good. They have all the pieces to be really good, and thus far they've proven it.
And I know John Glenn has split their 2 games. I did get to see them in person the other night, and just a renewed sense of defensive purpose out of that basketball team. Really going to try to pressure you full court now and really up the tempo a little bit. So a little bit of change in style there. So, looking for some big things out of the John Glenn Muskies as well. We are nearing time for this game to get going here, where it's nice. A shorter warm-up period here, only a 15-minute warm-up. That'll give me a chance here to mention a lot of the fine sponsors of tonight's broadcast. Doan Ford, West 40 Auto Sales, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, AMG Vanadium, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Valentine Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, all sponsors of tonight's broadcast, bringing you high school hoops here on AVC Sports, enabling you to have the ability to watch this on video as well as listen on a couple of different radio stations, whether you're in Zanesville or Cambridge. We got some fine folks helping us out tonight. Brett Klein is in the house tonight, Jaron Aber, Andrew Dunlap, all running a lot of this video equipment and things that, frankly, Dr. Hall and I know nothing about. So.
Well, yeah, they do a great job for us, and without them, we couldn't function as successfully as we do. So, thank you to those folks, and just exciting to have high school basketball ready to tip off again tonight.
We're getting ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
Your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com. Whether you are experiencing pain in your knee, tingling in your fingers, or a sore back, Superior Med Orthopedics is here for you. Their patients' health and safety is their top priority, and they currently offer telehealth visits for your initial appointment. Take comfort in knowing when you come to their facility, they're following all protocols to ensure you remain safe. Find out all their team offers by visiting seormc.org today to learn more.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
I'm Josh Abels. At Abels, you can count on us anytime you need help with anything electrical in your home. Our team has decades of experience. From emergency repairs to specialty lighting, outlets, and even complete home electrical upgrades, we're ready to help and we promise a perfect job. We can also help protect your home with our automatic standby generators. When the power goes out, you'll be ready. Lights, heating and AC, refrigerator, sump pump, it's all up and running instantly. For generators or anytime you need an electrician, call Abels.
Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for production team members at its Zanesville plant and would love to talk with you about your next career opportunity. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package and career growth opportunities. Applications are currently being accepted. Are you looking for
Back
a
in
career
Byesville
path
here,
with a
getting ready
growing
for the start of Tri-Valley at Meadowbrook. Tonight's starting lineups for the visitors from Tri-Valley High School. Head coach Todd McLaughlin sporting a 2-1 record here. Number 2, a 5'11 senior, Jaden Walker. Number 5, a 6'2 junior, Terrell Darden. Number 11, a 6'4 junior, Eric Neal. Number 12, a 6'4 sophomore, Noah Nichols. And number 23, a 6'3 sophomore, Max Lyle. That rounds out the starting lineup for the Scotties. For the Colts, number 2, a 5'10 senior, Easton Eibel. Number 4, a 6' junior, Garrett Millam. Number 5, a 6'2 sophomore, Colton Delancey. Number 10, a 5'10 sophomore, Justice Huey. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Colts, a 6'3 senior, number 14, Dane Singleton. And that brings us right here to our opening tip here. High school basketball ready to get underway. Dr. Hall and I, our first game together this year. We did a couple last year, so good to get back together with Dr. Hall tonight. And our opening tip. And Tri-Valley's going to control it. Nope, they went out of bounds, and it's going to be white ball, so Meadowbrook's going to control the basketball here. Eibel will trigger the inbounds pass for the Colts. Inbounds the ball. He's got it over Huey. Now back to Eibel. He's dribbled out to the top of the circle, trying to set the offense, getting a play going here. Nobody open. Finally gets it over to, and it's stolen. Tri-Valley on the run. Darden going to go to the hole, pulls up, lets it go in the middle lane. No good. Rebounded by Meadowbrook. Delancey with a rebound. He gets it over to Huey. Huey going to bring it up the floor this time. Colts trying to get a shot this time. Didn't get a shot at the basket. Turnover on that first possession. Eibel got the ball in the middle of the floor. Between the legs. Crossover now. Hands it to Huey. Huey thought about the three, but turned it down. Now he gets it over to Singleton. Singleton looking at Eibel coming off that screen. Huey back to him, falls down on the dribble. He's being harassed. He's trying to get rid of it. And finally, it's going to be loose on the floor, but Meadowbrook retains possession. Singleton lets it go from the corner. Three-pointer, it's off the mark. Darden fights for the rebound. He's got it for the Scotties, and the Scotties on the run. Lyle throws it ahead on a nice alley-oop. Tried to get that to Nichols, but it didn't go. Meadowbrook comes down with the ball. Now they're off and running. Delancey drives to the basket and lays it in for their first points of the game. 2-0. Meadowbrook leads this one. Little shaky here in the beginning so far, Richard.
Yep, it's early in the season still, even though it's only the third or fourth game, but they'll work out the bugs.
Lyle, the lefty, lets the three-pointer go from the corner, but rebounded by Darden, and he knocks that one right back in, so he's got all the points here for Tri-Valley so far. Ball turned over on the inside. Tri-Valley on the run again. Walker's got it. Crossover dribble, kicks it to Darden on the wing. Darden inside to Neal. Neal trying to make a move. Gets inside the paint, kicks it back to Lyle. He lets the three-pointer go again, this time off the rim, and rebounded by Tri-Valley. Walker got it. Kicks it back over to Neal. Neal would like to get it down in the post where he can work. Darden thought about the three. 2-3 zone from the Colts, trying to keep it out of the lane, make him force it from the perimeter maybe. Nichols has it. Back to Lyle. Now Walker drives. Lets a little floater go from the lane and doesn't get it to go. Huey with the rebound. Huey over to Eibel, almost an over and back there. Delancey going to drive to the baseline. He's cut off. Delancey lets the three-pointer go, and he's got it. 5 points for Meadowbrook, all from Colton Delancey with a layup and now a three-pointer. Walker. He tries to get it into inside, and it's stolen away. Another turnover. Huey on the dribble. Gets it to Delancey in the corner again. Another three. It's good! An 8-2 run to start the basketball game, and that's going to get a timeout from Tri-Valley. We'll take a quick break. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Back at Meadowbrook, 8-2. Meadowbrook Colts have started off on a little bit of a hot streak. Considering, Richard, they shot 25% from the field in their first game. They are on fire tonight.
Sure are. So far, 3 for 4 with, 2 3-pointers. So they're off to a great start.
Walker brought the ball up the floor for the Scotties. Nice little play. Aaron Frew into the game now. Lyle swings it to Walker. Walker now into Neal, but it's poked away. Scramble for it. They knock it away from Neal, and they force the turnover. Meadowbrook scrappy tonight. Ahead to Dane Singleton. He misses the layup. Tri-Valley with a rebound. Lyle on the run now. He crosses over into the lane. He's going to let a floater go in lane. It's no good. Frew with the offensive rebound. Up and no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to go to the Colts. Colts playing some inspired basketball here to start the basketball game. Noah Nichols returning to the game now. Eric Neal coming out for the Scotties. Easton Eibel going to bring the ball up the floor and initiate the offense for the Colts. Swings it over to Singleton. Singleton looking to get rid of it. Back to Eibel. Eibel squared up a three but changed his mind. There's Delancey again, this time off. Rebound Frew. Tri-Valley looking to run. He needs to get rid of it, and he does. Into the lane, kicked back out to Walker. Walker penetrates, and there's going to be a foul, and that's going to be on Colton Delancey, I believe. And that's our first foul of the game, isn't it, Dr. Hall?
Yeah, it sure is. On the whistles tonight, East District officials, some of our finest, Don Giffen, Randy Cunningham, and Matt Hissam.
Right.
Give a little shout out to our officials in the East.
Deshaun Mayo enters the game for Meadowbrook. Inbounded on the baseline. Walker tries to penetrate now, kicks it over to Frew. Frew squares up. Now dribbles over to the middle of the floor, and he gets it back to Darden, and he is going to go to the basket, get fouled, hoop in the harm for Terrell Darden. And Darden has been a bright spot here so far for Tri-Valley, one we really didn't expect, and he has really elevated his game this year. That foul is on Justice Huey, his first, and that's a team second. And the free throw's up and good for Darden. He's got all 5 Tri-Valley points. It's 8-5 Colts, 3:28 to go here in the first quarter. Huey brings it across the timeline. Tries to reverse it to Eibel. Eibel's guarded. Backdoor passes intercepted, and here come the Scotties on the run. Walker with the basketball. A little shake and bake, kicks it out. Now back to, and it gets into Lyle's hands in the corner. Nice ball movement there from Tri-Valley. Lyle can't get the shot to go from the corner. He's 0 for 3 from the three-point line. And that's going to be a foul on the rebound on Aaron Frew. And that's going to be his first foul, and that's Tri-Valley's first for the basketball game.
Yeah, Dave, you alluded to this. Lyle, obviously that's his spot to shoot the basketball. He's taken 3, basically the same spot, and just hasn't knocked it down yet.
Tri-Valley going to come with some pressure now. Colts beat it pretty easily. Eibel now dribbles it to the sideline. He gets it into Singleton. Singleton with the layup, and it's good. Singleton with 2 now. 10-5 Meadowbrook with 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Max Lyle going to bring the ball up the floor this time for the Scotties. Over to Walker. Meadowbrook stays with that 2-3 zone. Now Frew's got it. Looking in at Neal at the high post. Frew on the dribble now to Walker in the corner. Thought about the 3 and changed his mind. Skips it over to Lyle. Now Frew in the corner. He's got Neal down low. Neal going to work. Gets it into the lane. Kicks it out to Walker. Walker lets the 3 go, and it's good from the corner. 3-pointer for Jaden Walker. It's now 10-8 Meadowbrook. 2:16 to play. Colts ahead quickly. Delancey looks at the 3, turns it down. Now going to dribble it back out to the top of the circle. Kicks it over now to Mayo, who's just came into the basketball game. Huey's got it out top now. Over to Eibel. Mayo's got it. Back to Dane Singleton. He thought about a 3. Huey going to let a 3-pointer go, and that's off the back iron. Rebounded there by Neal, and he's fouled on the rebound. And that foul is going to be on Colton Delancey, and that's his second foul. At least I've got him for 2. Sometimes my stats aren't the greatest, Dr. Hall. I'll rely on you a little bit more for that tonight.
Yeah, you're right on top of that. I think we're good there. And, Meadowbrook off to a good start. Has hit 2 3-pointers. They're actually 2 for 5 from behind the arc, and then 2 for 3 inside. So off to a good start for them when you look at what happened to them on Friday. So great start for them. Tri-Valley, on the other hand, has just struggled a little bit offensively here. They're getting some good looks, just not knocking down the shots thus far.
Sometimes that home court just makes a difference. They were at Sheridan. Pretty tough place to play. Long bus ride.
Yeah, and they've spent an awful lot of time in this gym, and it's familiar to them. So obviously, being at home is an advantage, especially shooting the basketball.
I mean, they scored 18 points in an entire game Friday night, and they've already have more than half of that already, and we haven't finished this first quarter. So kudos to them for coming out with a much better. I mean, they just seem like they got a little fire to them tonight, and we didn't get to see that game Friday, but they're playing pretty well. They're battling Tri-Valley really well, and Tri-Valley's a good basketball team. Jack Winland into the basketball game now for the Scotties. He's got the basketball. Over to Darden. Lyle's got it. He kicks it down low. Nichols kicks it over to Neal. Neal goes to the basket. Got a shot blocked, but got the rebound, and he put it back in. He's got 2 points now, and it's 10-10 with 1:27 to go in the first quarter. Tri-Valley applying that full court pressure. Eibel trying to beat it with Garrett Millen back there. Singleton across the timeline and now hands it to Eibel. Eibel surveys the scene. Lots of movement here. Good movement from Meadowbrook. Eibel trying to beat somebody on the dribble. Can't quite do it. Three-pointer from the right wing from Garrett Millen is off the back iron. Long rebound. Here come the Scotties. Pass ahead. And a missed layup there. Terrell Darden missed a layup. Nice pass ahead from Max Lyle there. But he couldn't get the basket to go. But it is going to be Tri-Valley basketball underneath their own basket here. Less than a minute to go in this first quarter, and we're tied at 10. Inbound it. Nichols has it. Now he gets it in the corner. There's an offensive rebound off a missed three, and I believe that was Nichols that got the rebound off that miss free from Darden in the corner. Now the Colts trying to beat that press. They do. Singleton gets it. Three-pointer from the wing is off the mark from Mason Campbell. Here come the Scotties on the run after the rebound. Shot missed, but rebounded by Neal inside. He tries to kick it over to Noah Nichols, but ball is out of bounds. A little bit of a sloppy play down there, but Meadowbrook going to take the basketball here. 22.6 to play in the corner. They trail now 12-10. And they're going to inbound the ball and go the length of the floor here and try to get something before the end of this quarter. Ball's inbounded now. Huey's got it. Kicks it back to Eibel. Eibel thought about the three, got knocked away from behind. Now it's over to Mail. Mail back to Eibel. Eibel, high pick and roll from Singleton. Handoff. Huey. Clock running down, 4 seconds left. He's going to have to push one up, and it's stolen at the very end, and that won't count if it's good, which unfortunately it did go in, but it was after the buzzer, and that's going to end the first quarter. Meadowbrook trailing Tri-Valley 12-10. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut-rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Walker made a three from the right wing.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.
Back for second quarter action. Nice first quarter there from Meadowbrook after a disappointing game Friday night. They come out with some fire, some intensity. Played a nice first quarter there. Tri-Valley holding a slim 12-10 lead here at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter action, Tri-Valley is going to inbound the ball first. Lyle inbounds it to Walker. Walker over to, Darden. Back to Walker. Penetrates, but the ball's knocked away by Millam. Kicks it over to Darden again. Darden now to Frew in the corner. Neal's got it. He's looking inside. Now takes it on the dribble, gets it into the lane, jump stop. Tried to get a shot up, but was denied by Singleton. Walker now over to Lyle. Kicks it down low to Neal. Neal likes to go to his right. Now drop steps to his left. Tough shot off the backboard, contested. And offensive rebound there going to go to Darden and the Scotties. Walker resets the offense here. First possession of the second half. Extended here for an offensive rebound. Neal dumps it over to Darden. Darden gets a nice lay-in to go. Nice little pass there from Eric Neal to Darden, and he's got two more. He's got 7 points for the Scotties. Millam on the dribble. He tries to throw a bounce pass into East Nibel, but it's off his leg, right into Dane Singleton's hand, and he lays it in for a bucket. 14-12 Scotties now with 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Walker running the show now for Tri-Valley. Neal's got it down on the block. Another nice feed. And that's going to be a foul from behind, and that's going to be on Deshaun Mail, I believe. As he hit him from behind. That's his first foul and the team's fourth.
Dave, Meadowbrook doing a great, I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
Meadowbrook's doing a great job in that 2-3 zone. When Neal catches the ball at the block, they're collapsing on him, almost making him become a passer, but Eric Neal did a great job finding the cutter for Tri-Valley on that last possession.
Eric Neal's, he's been unselfish in there, and he's not trying to force everything up, and there's a shot inside, but going to be offensive rebound, and Lyle going to go back. He's fouled as he goes strong to the hole off that offensive rebound, and he's going to shoot a couple free throws. That foul is going to be on number 10, which is Justice Huey. That is his second foul. So a couple starters here for Tri-Valley, Delancey and Huey, both with some foul issues here to start the ball game. Lyle going to shoot 2 free throws for Tri-Valley, and the lefty's off on the first one. Lyle hasn't been able to find a shooting stroke tonight. He scored in double figures these first 3 games. He's had 13, 15, and 16 points, and he averaged almost 10 a game last year as a freshman. And the second one's good for Lyle. 15-12, Tri-Valley leads this one, and again, full court pressure. Manned up here. Ball tipped away from Huey. Lyle, nice job, and he gets the steal, and he lays it in. And sometimes that's how a shooter gets going. You get a cheap basket like that. Lyle got an easy layup. That might break the ice for his shooting tonight. Eibel now penetrates, kicks it over in the corner to DeVillas. Now over on the right wing, Mail. Kicks it down low to Delancey. Delancey back to Eibel. Pick and roll, can't use it. Thought about a 3, but now he turns it over, and that's a steal from Darden, and he's going to go coast to coast. And he slipped on the way up, and something happened. It was like there's a wet spot on the floor. Something happened, or just looked like his leg gave out on him, and just airballed the layup completely. Now the 3-pointer missed on the wing from the Colts. Nice pass from Huey down to Delancey, and that's going to be a 2-point basket. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor, full timeout, so we'll take a break as well. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
98.9, 98.5, NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5.
Game reset here. Second quarter, 5:32 to play. Tri-Valley leads this one 17-14. Just talking off the air that they're just hanging right in there. Meadowbrook playing about as well as you could expect Meadowbrook to play, I believe. I think coach has got to be pretty happy with the way they've kind of revived themselves after that. And, it was an embarrassing loss to lose 64-18, I believe. There was the final over at Sheridan.
Sure was, and Tri-Valley just hasn't got off to a great start in their mind, I would think. And they're getting opportunities. They're getting open looks, and they also have 7 offensive rebounds, but have not really been able to capitalize on that. So, like you said, maybe through the defensive pressure, that will spark them offensively. Tri-Valley definitely doesn't want to play a slow tempo.
Exactly. All right, Max Lyle surveys the scene, gets it to Darden in the corner. Now Neal inside. They've not let him get into the paint very well tonight. They've done a nice job, and there's a nice find as they get Nichols underneath. Nice feed there from Darden, and that's going to be another basket for him. 19-14 now. Nichols has got 4 for the Scotties. Clock rolling, just over 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Mail finds Garrett Millam, short on that shot. Offensive rebound, though, by Mail. Nice job getting his hands on that, and he got fouled trying to put it back up. And he is going to get to shoot a couple of free throws here. That foul on Terrell Darden from Tri-Valley, and that's only the Scotties' second team foul, so relatively clean game considering they've been picking up full court. They've been able to play defense without using their hands here. Mail's first free throw is good. Aaron Frew coming back into the game for the Scotties, replacing Terrell Darden. Mail's second free throw on the way, and it's off the rim and out. Frew with the rebound for the Scotties. Here comes Walker for the Scotties. Gets it back over to Frew. Kicks it back to Walker. Inside to Neal now. Neal with a nice pass, and it's tipped away. Nichols had it, and he tried to kick it back out, but it was knocked away from that pass being completed out there, and that's knocked away off Meadowbrook. Ball's going to be on the sideline here for Tri-Valley. And I think substitute here, Brady Kaufman, going to sub into the game here. Nichols looks like he might have turned his ankle a little bit there. Fell to the ground pretty hard. So we hope he's all right. Walker running the show now against that zone. Meadowbrook staying with that 2-3 tonight. Walker gets it to the high post to Neal. Neal back to Walker now. Back inside to Neal, but it's tipped away, but he gets both hands on it. Kicks over to Kaufman, who just came into the game. It's missed. Offensive rebound by Frew and put back up, but he is fouled on the inside. And that foul, is on Deshaun Mail, and that is his second foul. So 3 players now for Meadowbrook, all with 2 fouls. Delancey, Huey, and now Mail. Frew going to shoot 2 free throws. First one off the back iron.
You know, Dave, with Meadowbrook in that 2-3 zone, one of the things that causes is giving the Scotties opportunity for offensive rebounds. They have 7, but really haven't been able to do much with them.
You're exactly right. Frew misses a pair. Colts on the run now. Eibel's got it out top. High screen there from Singleton. Eibel couldn't shake that defensive pressure from Walker. Mayo going to let the three-pointer go, and it's off the front iron. Neal with a rebound for the Scotties. Tri-Valley now on the run. Walker back to Neal. Now to Walker. Looked at Frew inside but changed his mind. And that pass was tipped away by Mayo. Nice defensive pressure out there. Out of bounds, Tri-Valley. 3:49 to go. Tri-Valley leads this one 19-15. Walker looking at that zone. And they just have not given much room to go against that zone. Frew trying to find some space inside, and it's partially blocked by Dane Singleton. But they're going to call a foul on Singleton, saying they got him on the arm. That's Dane's his first foul. Frew going to shoot 2 more free throws here for Tri-Valley. Frew just missed a pair a moment ago. This time, first one rattles around and goes in. That's Frew's first point of the ball game, making it 20-15 Tri-Valley. Eric Neal just came out of the game there. Frew with the second free throw, and that one's short, but offensive rebound by Lyle. He gets the rebound, puts it up right-handed, bounces around, and goes in. Nice offensive rebound there from Lyle, and he got 1 to go. Eibel now across the timeline. Mail has it in the corner. 1 dribble to the baseline, can't get anywhere with it. Millam's got it out top now. Crossover dribble, gets it to Eibel, but it's knocked away by Walker. Walker kicks it ahead. Kaufman going to go to the basket. He misses it, but Walker there for the offensive putback, and that's good. His 5th point of the night. 24-15 now, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And this is one of those situations. Meadowbrook's got to be careful here with the basketball. You don't want to let Tri-Valley get on a run that's fueled by turnovers. Singleton hands the ball off. Now it's over to Millam. He lets a three-pointer go. It's off the back iron. Now Walker's got it, and they've got numbers. He's on the advantage. He's going to take it all the way. Kicks it to Darden, and Darden with the hoop and the harm as he is fouled. And he's going to get the basket plus a free throw attempt. That foul is on Garrett Millam. And that's one of those fouls, Richard. It's kind of a frustration thing. He missed the shot down here and then fouled on the other end. You see that happen a lot.
Yeah, it just makes sometimes, you just have to let that go because you don't want to compound the problem and let one mistake become 2, and that's exactly what happened right there. But again, Tri-Valley is just having their way on the offensive boards.
Well, they just took a timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
It's personal when you bank with Woodsfield Savings Bank, a true community bank. We deliver customized personal service and local decision-making, coupled with the convenience of 2 branch locations in Woodsfield and Barnesville. This allows our team to offer better solutions to meet all your financial needs. Stop by Woodsfield Savings Bank for all of your home and auto loan needs, or visit us on the web at woodsfieldsavings.com. Woodsfield Savings Bank would like to wish good luck to all the players tonight. Remember, at Woodsfield Savings Bank, it's personal. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back in Byesville, second quarter action. Tri-Valley has jumped out to a 26-15 lead here in this one. They had a slim 12-10 lead at the end of the first quarter, but now they've fueled a little bit of a run here. They've got some baskets to go, and some turnovers and missed shots here from Meadowbrook have just amounted to an 11-point lead here for Tri-Valley.
Yeah, it sure has. And, again, offensive rebounding kind of tells the story as well. They have 10 offensive rebounds, and the Colts, quite frankly, are fortunate they haven't been more effective scoring off the second chance points.
Exactly. Darden with the free throw, and he completes the old-fashioned three-point play with that free throw, making it 27-15 here with 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Easton Ivel now puts it on the floor, and he gets it over to Delancey. Delancey had a hot hand early. Ivel couldn't get the shot off. Delancey dropped it to him, and that's a blocking foul, and that's a hoop and a harm for Colton Delancey as he gets the layup to go, and he's going to get a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Nice little give and go there, and a good bounce pass from Easton Ivel.
Sure was. Good balance by Delancey there to knock it down, and great pass, good finish. Now at the line for extra free throw.
And Delancey's free throw is good, so he gets the old-fashioned three-point play and makes it 27-18 now with 2:24 to play in the second quarter. Tri-Valley still looking at that zone for Meadowbrook. Walker over to Kaufman. Kaufman back to Walker, penetrates. Lyle thought about that three but turned it down. Now almost turned it over on the pass back to Walker. Lyle over to Kaufman. Tri-Valley can afford to be patient. They're in the control right now. They've got a 9-point lead. They don't have to take a shot they really don't want to take here against this zone. Lyle, a deep three from outside the top of the circle, and it's no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to go off of Delancey. Darden battling Delancey for that rebound, and it's going to go off to Tri-Valley. I'm going to give you a trivia question here tonight. We'll see if you can handle this one, Dr. Hall. My good friend Mike Snively gave me this one. There are only two schools in the state of Ohio that are the Colts. Meadowbrook's one. What's the other one?
I don't know.
Tri-Valley inbounds it. I'll give you a little while to think about that one. Kicks the ball to Neal. He gives it right back to Walker. Top of the circle, three-pointer, rolls in and out. Offensive rebound, though, and it gets over in Darden's hands, and he puts it up off the backboard, and that one's good. Meadowbrook, and they're going to call, I thought they were going to foul that. He pushed him out of bounds, but Mail stepped out of bounds. Tri-Valley now with the basketball back. 1:29 to go in the first quarter. They lead this one 29-18. Walker kicks it over to Nichols in the corner. Back to Walker. Tri-Valley in not a big hurry here. Down low to Neal, slapped away by Singleton. Nice defensive play there by Dane Singleton. Tri-Valley going to inbound the ball underneath their own basket with 1:16 to play here in the second quarter. Tri-Valley sets their out-of-bounds play. We got away with a push there. Gets it back to Walker, who had inbounded the ball. And it's off the backboard and out. Scramble for the basketball. It's going to be tied up. Possession is going to go to Meadowbrook on that one. Nice hustle from both teams getting on the floor and getting after the basketball, but Meadowbrook is going to retain possession here, trailing by 11 with 1:13 to play in the second quarter. Justice Huey got to be careful. He's got a couple of fouls. Meadowbrook trying to decide who's going to take it out of bounds. I thought Huey would be a good candidate since he was a quarterback. I mean, I think somebody's going to throw it. But Mail takes it out instead, gets it to Eibel. Eibel throws not a very wise pass that Delancey finally gets his hands on, and it's kicked back out and stolen by Tri-Valley. Lyle with a nice pass ahead to Walker. Rebound missed though. Rebounded again, Nichols. It's blocked. Scramble for the basketball. Neal comes down with it. Lyle's got it in the corner. Three ball is good. Max Lyle finally connects from three-point line. He has got 8 points now for the Scotties. It's 32-18 with 40 seconds to play until half. Huey hands it to Eibel in the wing. Singleton trying to run a pick and roll. Eibel dribbles it into trouble. Now he kicks it back to Singleton. Eibel going to reset here. 28 seconds to go until halftime. Eibel over to Huey on the wing. It's tipped away by Lyle. Lyle's got his eyes on the rim. He's going all the way. The lefty lays it up and in. 2 more for Max Lyle. He's now in double digits. Meadowbrook back on the attack. 10 seconds now. Clock moving, 7 seconds. They're going to have to hurry to get one here. They kick it over to Mail, back to Eibel. Eibel lets the 3 go from the top of the circle, and it is not good, and that's going to end our first half. Tri-Valley with the lead, 34-18. We've got a 10-minute halftime, but we'll be back with some stats and some other commentary here in just a moment. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com. Are you looking for a career path with a growing company? AMG Vanadium is actively recruiting for production team members at its Zanesville plant and would love to talk with you about your next career opportunity. Come join a company with a strong environmental purpose and commitment to community. To learn more, visit AMG's website at amg-v.com/careers. AMG offers a competitive wage and benefit package and career growth opportunities. Applications are currently being accepted.
I just found someone the perfect gift. And when my friend asked where they could get it, I said only at Kohl's. I've been gift shopping there and getting Kohl's cash every day while saving on must-haves like sweaters from Prop & Borrow and Sonoma Goods for Life starting at $19.99. Cookware from the Food Network at 20% off. And cute booths from So and LC Lauren Conrad starting at $23.99. Plus, you can take an extra 20% off or save more with the Kohl's card. So get to Kohl's now. You'll thank me later. Select styles, 20% offer until December 11th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Why is that? Well, if you ask someone with one of the latest and greatest phones from Cricket, they might tell you it's because of the amazing phones. Like the new iPhone 14 that lets you capture stunning photos in low and bright light. Plus, they'd probably tell you about the fast nationwide 5G included with all plans that lets you stream, text, talk, and more, all at 5G speeds. Yeah, they might mention something like that. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
It's personal when you bank with Woodsfield Savings Bank, a true community bank. We deliver customized personal service and local decision-making, coupled with the convenience of 2 branch locations in Woodsfield and Barnesville. This allows our team to offer better solutions to meet all your financial needs. Stop by Woodsfield Savings Bank for all of your home and auto loan needs, or visit us on the web at woodsfieldsavings.com. Woodsfield Savings Bank would like to wish good luck to all the players tonight. Remember, at Woodsfield Savings Bank, it's personal. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Halftime here at Byesville. The Tri-Valley Scotties lead the Meadowbrook Colts 34-18. And in answer to my trivia question, the Clearfork Colts are the other Colts in Ohio. Now, if that's wrong, we're going to blame Mike Snively. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just going to give Mike, I'm going to defend Mike and say he's probably right.
I'm going to say he's probably right. He is a storehouse of trivial knowledge, so I'm going to assume that he has that one correct. Tri-Valley here struggled with this zone here mightily. I mean, Meadowbrook did a nice job in their zone. They've forced them to shoot it from outside. They haven't really shot it that well from the perimeter. So good game planning here. And then, of course, when you get some baskets to go yourself, it gets you a little pep in your step.
Yeah, it sure does. And, you know, Tri-Valley is getting a lot of shots, not shooting it probably as well as they would like. For the half, they're 14 of 34, where Meadowbrook, on the other hand, is 7 for 18. Tri-Valley just getting more opportunities. And a lot of that is due to the number of offensive rebounds that Tri-Valley has. They have 11 offensive rebounds here in the first half. Actually, I stand corrected. They have 13 offensive rebounds here in the first half, and that's a lot of second chance opportunities compared to Meadowbrook only having 2 offensive rebounds for the half. So if you're Tri-Valley defensively, you're doing a decent job. You're limiting Meadowbrook to 1 opportunity, but you can see. I think the key to the game for Tri-Valley was the full court pressure. It changed their attitude a little bit, maybe got them a little more up tempo, because once they did that, they really started playing better offensively.
And I think too, Richard, what happens in basketball, it's there's a lot of analyzing and things that go on to it, but if you can get more shots than your opponent and you get more good shots, you're probably going to be able to win. Because how do you get more shots? Well, offensive rebounds give you the second opportunities, creating turnovers, and those are 2 things that Tri-Valley did such a great job of here in the first half. They went to the glass hard, as you said, 13 offensive rebounds. They created a bunch of turnovers, which have led to some runouts, and when they've got advantages and they're getting better shots. So, they're doing a good job. They're just not shooting a very good percentage. I don't know. Do you have that?
Yeah, I didn't do it statistically, but it's 14 for 34. So if you do the math on that, you're the math teacher on that.
Well, that's not very good.
No, that's not very good.
7 for 17.
Not very good at all.
But it's one of those things where, especially too, Lyles had some really good looks for threes. He didn't get anything in the first quarter, but he got 10 points in the second quarter. And as I said, you get the layup, you get an easy basket, and sometimes that gets you going if you're a shooter. And speaking of, I'll give a little point breakdown here for both teams here. For Meadowbrook, who has 18 points, and we mentioned off air, they only had 18 in the whole game Friday night, so they've already, offensively, they're doing a lot better job than they did the other night. Colton Delancey's got 13 points for Meadowbrook, and he's got 2 3-pointers. Deshaun Mayle's got 1 point. Dane Singleton has 4. So 3 players have scored for Meadowbrook, and I think if we asked Coach Taryn Jarrett, what does he need to do? What does his team need to do? He needs to get some more people that can score. He's only got 3 people in the scorebook tonight so far.
Right, and one thing I didn't mention, creating those opportunities, Meadowbrook has also turned the ball over 8 times, 5 times in the second quarter, which goes, it talks about exactly what we were mentioning there earlier, the fact that the second chance opportunities, the offensive rebound, and obviously the turnovers.
Right. For Tri-Valley, Jaden Walker has 5 points. Terrell Darden, I've got him with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points. I can't read my own writing. But, again, that's the 4th straight game that Darden has scored in double figures for Tri-Valley. And that's one we weren't really expecting. Eric Neal's got 2 points, but Eric's done a nice job, I think, kicking the ball out when they've been collapsing on him in the lane and in the zone. So he really hasn't had much opportunity for shots. Noah Nichols has got 4. Aaron Frew's got 1 free throw. And Max Lyle has 10 points, all of those coming in the second quarter. And in that quarter, Tri-Valley outscored Meadowbrook 22-8, and hence the big lead here of 16 at halftime, 34-18. What do you think Meadowbrook needs to do a little bit better here in the second half, Richard?
Well, even though they're down, they've done a decent job in their 2-3 zone. I really don't see them going away from that, because I don't really feel like they match up with Tri-Valley to try to play any type of half-court man-to-man. I just don't think they could do that at this point in the season. So the 2-3 zone, they're probably going to stick with that. But at some point, Coach Jarrett's going to have to make a decision. Do I think about maybe a little bit of pressure?
Right.
You can't sit back there forever as the league gets larger. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Jarrett does in terms of full court pressure. If you're Tri-Valley, I'm sure Coach McLaughlin's just talking about, we've gotten shots, we just need to make some. We need to make some more.
Exactly. Make some. I wish it was that easy sometimes, For Tri-Valley, it's one of those things too. I think if Meadowbrook stays with the zone like they have here in the first half, I think this is a good opportunity for Tri-Valley to really work on what they do against the zone. I mean, they've done a nice job getting it into Neal, and he has found people. And I think one of the things you have to do you have to attack a zone. You got to attack it inside out. I think you got to try to go inside, because what are they trying to do with the zone? They don't want it in there. They're trying to make you play from the perimeter, but I think if you get it inside first and then kick it back out for those three-pointers, that's when your shooters are already squared up. All they got to do is catch the ball and shoot it. They don't have to make any effort to square up, which I think those are the best three-pointers. When you catch it and you're already squared up, you don't have to do anything, then you can let it go with confidence. I think you're right that Meadowbrook's going to have to change up. They're going to have to do something differently. I know they're not going to be happy just, well, let's play the zone the rest of the way. We're down 16. They want to try to do something to get back in the basketball game. So we'll see what they decide to do right here out of the locker room here to start the second half.
Yeah, if you're Meadowbrook, you really want to be good the first 3 minutes of the third quarter to try to get yourself back in it. So, we may expect some full court pressure from Meadowbrook. If you're Tri-Valley, you just mentioned it, I think they got to continue to attack from the inside. Eric Neal does a good job of seeing what he has at the low post, and he can either turn and score or he'll kick it back out. And if you're Tri-Valley and you're on the perimeter, they just need to knock down some more of those shots. They're getting looks. They just haven't been great from, they're 2 for 9 from behind the three-point line. So I'm sure the coaching staff at Tri-Valley, I'd like to see that just be a little bit better.
Again, some sponsors here for tonight's broadcast: Doan Ford, West 40 Auto Sale, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, AMG Vanadium, Woodsfield Savings, Valentine Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling. Tri-Valley with the first possession here of the second half, and Meadowbrook in that zone, and there's Neal at the high post, and he dumps it down to Nichols, and Nichols gets 2. And again, that's what we were talking about, attack that zone from the inside, and they got it into Neal. Tri-Valley still with the pressure, and there's a tip from Max Lyle. He creates a turnover. Nice pass from Lyle into Eric Neal, and he gets an easy one, and that's going to prompt the 30-second timeout here from Coach Jarrett to start off, and I know that's not what he wanted out of the locker room, as Tri-Valley has ran this lead up to 38-18 to lead by 20 now.
No, not at all. We talked about that. You got to get a good start to try to get back in this, and 2 possessions, 2 scores for Tri-Valley. Coach Jarrett wisely takes a quick timeout here just to talk about attacking that pressure. And I think Tri-Valley is going to stick with that pressure, because tonight we've seen when they pressure, they play much better.
And that was just a really nice, unselfish play there by Tri-Valley. Lyle created that turnover. Ball came back to him. Instead of letting that shot fly, he found Eric Neal underneath for an easy one. So really nice way he created the turnover. He got the possession for him, then he made a nice pass. Neal finished it off there, and now they lead this one 38-18 here. 7:37. We've only played a few seconds here of this third quarter, but already a good timeout there from Coach Jarrett to try to settle everybody down. Huey out top with the basketball now. Over to Eibel on the wing, but it's knocked out of bounds by Jaden Walker. Nice pressure there from Walker. He has really been all over the basketball tonight. He and Max Lyle both really have they got their hands on the basketball all the time. Eibel now, high screen there from Singleton. Eibel trying to go on the dribble. Hands it off to Millam. Millam lets it go, and it gets good. Millam's first basket of the game makes it 38-20. Walker now brings it up for the Scotties. Facing that zone again. Low to Nichols, but he dumps it over to Neal. Neal missed it. Offensive rebound, gets it back, can't get it to go in again, and they fight for it, and they got another offensive chance here. Nichols handles it out front, back to Walker. Now Lyle, lefty lets it go, off the back iron. Offensive rebound again from Neal as he's falling to the ground, but he's called for the travel. Nice effort from Eric Neal. Couldn't quite corral that one and stay on his feet as he fell down. They called the travel on him, so offensive rebound, but then a turnover.
No, good offensive rebounding possession for Tri-Valley. They've had 4 offensive rebounds on 2 possessions right there back-to-back. So.
And I think that's something Tri-Valley's going to give people a hard time with all year, because across the board, they are just big. I mean, they have a bunch of big kids. Frew 6'4", Nichols 6'4", Neal 6'4". I mean, and Lyle plays on the perimeter, and he's 6'3". I mean, you've got some really big kids.
They do, and they go get it. They play with some aggression. They go get the basketball.
And it's not just like they're big and slow, they're athletic. So that's the other thing that's going to give people problems. All right, Easton Eibel on the dribble. Now he's going to hand it off. Mayle lets it go, or that's Huey, I'm sorry, and he is short on that one. Lyle with the rebound, and he's off and running. He's looking to get rid of it. Penetrates into the lane, he goes all the way to the rim, lefty lets it up, and it's no good. Rebounded there by Millam, and he's got it to Huey now. Meadowbrook now on the attack. Easton Eibel crosses into the front court. He's looking to Dane Singleton. Singleton squares up. Walker runs into him. No harm, no foul. Eibel got away with the travel there as he just switched his pivot feet. And now that's over to Millam. Huey now surveys the scene. They get it into Singleton. Spins to his left, and it's in and out. Knocked out of bounds by Justice Huey, and that's going to be Tri-Valley basketball here. 5:35 to go in this third quarter. Tri-Valley leads it 38-20. Walker now brings it across into the offensive front court for Tri-Valley. Nichols has got it. Nobody on him. He penetrates, backs it back out. Swings it over to Walker. Walker now into the middle of the floor. Now tries to get it over there to Darden, and he almost lost it. Skips it over to Lyle. Lyle penetrates, dumps it down to Neal, and he gets hacked by Easton Eibel. And he's going to shoot a couple of free throws, and that's going to be Easton Eibel's first foul of the ball game. Nice unselfish play again there from Tri-Valley. Eric Neal going to shoot a couple here. First one, and that's good. 5 points now for Eric Neal on the night as he shoots his second free throw. Substitutions there. Millam came out of the game for the Colts, and the second free throw from Eric Neal is good. He's got 6 now on the night. Colts trailing 40-20 here. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Eibel, spin dribble, just can't get rid of Walker. Walker is all over the basketball. Huey, nice backdoor cut from Dane Singleton, and that is a nice play from Dane Singleton. He got the hoop, got the foul, and he's going to get a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play. That foul on Jaden Walker, his first.
Yeah, Walker just a little bit late getting there for basically the easy call with the block there with Singleton going back to the line for the free throw.
Singleton, free throw, off the back iron, rebound by Aaron Frew. Lyle now kicks it to Frew. Frew tries to penetrate, skips it underneath to Walker. Walker now skips it back over to Lyle. Lyle gets it to Neal. Neal bounce pass into Nichols low. Nice basketball there. Nichols lays it up and in. He's got 8 points now. 42-22 Tri-Valley. 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Mail almost falls out of bounds. Now he turns it over. Tri-Valley on the run. Nichols goes in. Ball's tipped away by Easton Eibel. Tri-Valley going to keep possession underneath their own basket. Jaden Walker going to inbound the ball for Tri-Valley. Inside screen there from Frew and Neal, but ball gets turned over and then turned right back over to Jaden Walker as he intercepts that pass, and it's up and in for his 7th point of the ball game. Ball ahead now. Mail penetrates. It's blocked by Nichols. Tri-Valley on the run again. Walker crossover dribble, pulls up in the lane, back to Nichols. Three-pointer off the front end and over the backboard, so that's going to go back to the Meadowbrook Colts. Substitutions coming in. Garrett Millam coming back in the game, as well as Mason Campbell for the Colts. Nichols coming out of the basketball game. Coach McLaughlin might be talking to him about, hey, I don't think that three-pointer is your shot.
Yeah, talking about shot selection here just a little bit. Time and score up 22. Wants a little better shot.
Easton Eibel now between the legs. Left-handed dribble. He keeps it. Lets a three-pointer go. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound from Frew. Kicks it to Neal. Neal up ahead to Lyle. Lyle crossover. Nice feed inside. That's 2 more for Terrell Darden. Max Lyle with a nice assist there on that baseline drive. Darden lays it in. It's 46-22 Tri-Valley. Eibel pick and roll with Singleton. Turnover again. Walker going to the rim. And he's fouled by Easton Eibel. A little bit of a frustration foul there from Easton as he just turned it over. And those sometimes lead to fouls on the other end, and it did in this case.
Yeah, sometimes you try to correct your mistake on the other end defensively, and then you commit a foul. So Eibel there, that's what happened. But Tri-Valley at the free throw line once again.
Walker, first one off the front iron, no good. 3:18 to go here in the third quarter. It's 46-22. Tri-Valley enjoying a 24-point lead at the moment. Walker, second free throw. Pounds it on the floor, eyes the rim, lets it go, and that one goes in. 1 out of 2 there on that trip. 8 points now for Jaden Walker. Eibel harassed by Walker. Eibel trying to initiate the offense, but Walker just won't let him. Bounce pass back to Singleton. Nichols guarding him tightly. Back to Eibel. Eibel trying to get some space and just can't get it. Walker is a defensive dynamo out there tonight. Nichols up on Singleton now. Hands it back to Eibel. Eibel gets a screen from Singleton but can't do anything with it. He's picked it up. Now he gets it over there to Delancey. Delancey over to Campbell. Campbell tries to shake and bake with the dribble. He can't get anywhere. Tried to feed it inside there from Delancey. He was trying to get that ball into Mason Campbell, but that's tipped away. Nice post defense there by Noah Nichols. Meadowbrook basketball underneath their own basket here. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. 47-22 Tri-Valley. Inbounded. DeVillas over to Huey. Three-pointer is an air ball, and they're going to say that foul was on the floor, so Delancey is not going to get the three-point play. Nice rebounding position. He got the rebound. That foul going to be on Terrell Darden, his second, and it's going to be out of bounds. I think Delancey was still thinking he was going to shoot free throws, but he's not. Baseline out of bounds situation here now for the Colts. Deshaun Mayle going to inbound it. And he's finally got it in, and that goes to Gunnar Davis, his first action of the ball game. He gets it over to Huey. It's tipped away by Noah Nichols. Nichols comes up with it, gets all the way down and misses the layup. He kind of had trouble handling the basketball a little bit there. Now tipped ahead, and the Colts have it. Huey back in the offensive end for Meadowbrook. Three-pointer on the way, off the back iron from Gunnar Davis, but offensive rebound there by Delancey. Delancey trying to do something with it, a timeout called instead. Coach Jarrett calls a timeout, and that's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break as well. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
This year, the Southeastern Med Cancer Services team is celebrating 30 years of being accredited by the National Commission on Cancer. Earning this accreditation and maintaining it for 3 decades is a testament to their team's quality outcomes, dedication, commitment, and care for their patients and community. Learn more by visiting seormc.org today. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9.
Dribble handoff over there to DeVillas. He kicks it over to the corner. Gunnar Davis lets a three-pointer fly, and it's good. His first bucket of the game, and it's a three-pointer. 47-25 Tri-Valley with 1:35 to go until the end of the third quarter. Nichols does a nice job kicking it out. Lyle bounce pass to Nichols. Now inside to Eric Neal, and he kicks it outside for a three-pointer. And I'm trying to see, I think that was Jack Winland. His first basket of the game is a three-pointer for Tri-Valley, and that pushes the lead to 50-25 with 1:14 to go in the quarter. Huey loses the basketball. Scramble for the ball, tipped ahead. Nice play there by Winland as he tips it ahead to Terrell Darden for an easy layup. And that makes the score 52-25, now under a minute to play in the third quarter. Meadowbrook trying to initiate offense, but Tri-Valley just won't let him. Mayle, nice bounce pass to Delancey. He missed the layup, but got his own rebound. Knocked away by Lyle. Lyle on the run. Almost knocked away from him, but he gets it to Neal. Neal tries to feed it down to Darrell Darden, but Darden can't handle the pass. A little bit too much mustard on that one. Meadowbrook going to take over. 41.8 seconds to go here until the end of the third quarter. Max Lyle coming out of the game. Fell to the ground pretty hard back there, so I think he's just trying to walk off some of that collision there. All right, on the offensive end, Meadowbrook. Huey's got it. Kicks it back over. Davilas knocked away by Windland. He's got good hands. Neal's got it. Now Windland fires the ball inside. Nice look there, and he finds Aaron Nichols for his 6th point of the quarter, and now he's into double figures for the game with 10. 8 seconds now. Clock moving. Meadowbrook now 4 seconds. Gonna have to put a shot up. Delancey doesn't know the clock is running out, and it does to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Tri-Valley leads this game 56-25. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalize this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This week only, visit Boot Barn to save on quality holiday gifts for the whole family. We're offering holiday specials this week where you can get $50 off select handmade and handcrafted exotic cowboy boots, $20 off select Western boots for women, plus savings on children's boots. We're also offering additional savings on select jeans, outerwear, t-shirts, and flannels. Visit us this week to save on top quality holiday gifts. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Meadowbrook. The Colts trail 54-25 to the Tri-Valley Scotties. Meadowbrook with possession here to start this fourth quarter. Easton Eibel. He's got the basketball now back between the legs, trying to get away from that defensive pressure, and he's been hounded all night long. Gets it into Singleton. Singleton tries to force it up, but that shot's blocked. Terrell Darden blocked that one out of bounds. Meadowbrook keeps the ball here underneath their own basket. Inbounds play here for Meadowbrook. Dane Singleton's got it. Delancey now out top. Back to Eibel. Thought about a three. Trying to keep his feet and not fall over. Did a nice job. Singleton, though, he's got a three ball on the way, and it's no good. Rebound from Eric Neal for the Scotties. Tri-Valley now up ahead. Darden's got it over in the wing. Windland low to Eric Neal. He tries to make a move, tries to reverse it underneath. A little bit of a late whistle there. And boy, he waited to call that one.
I think his whistle stuck. I heard a little bit of beep, and then he blew it a second time and called the foul. So little maybe indecision there, but once he blew it, he had to make the call.
A little bit of indecision there. Eric Neal going to shoot 2 free throws, and the first one's good. That's his 7th point of the night. And he eyes the rim on the second one, and that one's in and out. Offensive rebound, though, from Nichols. He tries to find Darden, but he can't get it to him, and now Meadowbrook with the basketball on a nice little pickup there. Neal 1 out of 2 free throws back there for Tri-Valley. Meadowbrook. Penetration and the shot blocked there from Garrett Millam. Now Tri-Valley on the run. They got it ahead. Kaufman. Now to Darden. He penetrates, spin moves, tries to put it up with his right hand. Should have used his left on that one. Now Windland swings it over to Kaufman. Kaufman going to hand it back to Windland. No, keeps it himself, dribbled it into the corner. Now back out to Nichols. Nichols finds nice cut from Eric Neal there. Nice little backdoor cut. He flashed to the high post, then went backdoor, wide open, and a nice pass and finish from Eric Neal. They switch on that high pick and roll. kick the ball over to Millam again. He finds Delancey on the wing, and that's no good. Rebound there, and it's kicked ahead, and that's a lay-in for Noah Nichols. He's got 2 more. He's got 12 on the game now. Meadowbrook tries to throw it ahead. The ball's knocked away. And we got some wholesale substitutions. 5 guys coming in. Coach Jarrett doing one of those old John Calipari things there, Richard. He's subbing 5 at a time.
Yeah, just took those guys out, give some other guys an opportunity to play. And, you know, Coach McLaughlin did something similar. Didn't take them all out, but made some changes in personnel as well.
Lots of new faces out on the floor here right now. 5:50 to go here. It's 59-25. Nice backdoor cut. Now kick back out to Windland. He penetrates. Kicks it back out there to Devin Crane, and it's turned over. Meadowbrook now with the basketball. Justice Huey going to run the show. Gets it across into the offensive end. That's over to Zayden Yeagle. Now Huey, high screen for him. He just double dribbled. You can't do that. That's against the rules.
Yeah, and he knew it as soon as he did it. He was just hoping the whistle didn't blow.
Yeah.
But official made the call, turnover Meadowbrook.
59-25 now, 5:20 to go. 34-point deficit here for the Colts. Tri-Valley trying to get it inside into the post, and it's going to be a turnover. Huey has it, and I think he's going to turn it back over, but no. Scramble for the ball, and Windland comes up with it for the Scotties. Penetration now. Lots of new faces out there. There was a double dribble he just got away with. Kaufman, left-handed dribble down to the box, but he can't get a shot up. Kicks it out. He's got Carnes. Carnes penetrates into the lane, and his shot is blocked by Gunnar Davis, and that's going to go out of bounds. Tri-Valley going to keep possession of the basketball.
I think he got away with one there. That was intended to be a pass to the block, but there was nobody there. So
I think so,
good thing
too.
Meadowbrook defender tipped it away.
Ball inbounded, but off of the foot of Keaton Hahn, who just checked into the game. And that's going to go to Meadowbrook.
Tri-Valley just getting a little bit sloppy now with this lead. Four turnovers in the fourth quarter. Changing personnel can cause that sometimes.
Exactly. Huey now back to him. He had a look, but he tried to feed it inside, and it's a turnover. Windland's got it for Tri-Valley, throws it ahead, and he traveled. Hahn going to lay it in, but he traveled. Took a little extra jump there, and that lead's going to stay at 34, Richard, with 4:25 to go. Meadowbrook now back on offense. Justice Huey with the basketball. Running the show, a lot like he did in football season. Threw that football a lot for Meadowbrook in that second half of the season. Huey gets the high pick and roll. Spin dribble. Gets rid of it. Yeagle lets it fly. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Mail with a shot that's off the top of the backboard. Windland with a rebound for Tri-Valley. Kaufman penetrates. Jump stop. Nice little jump shot there. Brady Kaufman's first basket of the game makes it 61-25. Meadowbrook throws the ball ahead quickly, and it's thrown out of bounds. And that clock now continues to run as we've exceeded a 35-point deficit here. Anytime that happens in the second half, the clock becomes an automatic running clock. If the lead stays above 30, that clock continues to roll. If it goes less than 30 is when conventional timing resumes, just to review the rules there a little bit. Kaufman thought about a three. Now he penetrates, lays it up with his left hand, and it's not good. Justice Huey with the rebound, and he fires it ahead, but it's to the wrong team. Hahn stepped right in there. He's going to lay it up and in for his first basket of the game, and that makes it 63-25. Tri-Valley here with 3 minutes to go in the basketball game. Huey across half court now, shouting out some instructions. Trying to run a play, hands it to Delancey. Delancey swings it over to Davis, three-pointer. Air ball from the wing. Nice rebound and throw ahead, and that's going to be a foul. Delancey fouled. As, got to see who that was. That was Devin Crane that was going to the basket. Devin is going to shoot free throws here. He's got 2 attempts. I'm waiting for somebody to yell from the stands, "Stop the clock." Crane's first free throw is up and in. His first point of the ball game. Just over 2 minutes now with a moving clock here in this one. Crane going to get his second free throw. Eyes the rim, and that one's good. Nothing but net. Nice form on the free throws. Meadowbrook now going to try to make something happen here. 65-25, 2 minutes to go in the basketball game. And there's a steal. He's going to go lay it in. And you just can't throw that cross-court one because they're going to read that one. And that's Cam Carnes' first bucket of the game. And it's 67-25. 1:44 to go in this one. Meadowbrook trying to set the offense. Dumped down. Yeagle's got it. Now DeVillies, he's got it in the corner, but is knocked out of bounds and knocked away. And I thought that was going to be Meadowbrook basketball, but instead it's off Mason Campbell. And Tri-Valley has the basketball. Here comes Tri-Valley now. Kaufman's got it. Kicks it on the wing to Carnes. Hahn's got it. Nice pass inside and nice inside-out movement there, and that's out to Kaufman. That was a really nice possession by all those kids that have subbed in for Tri-Valley. Nice ball movement
Ran
there.
the offense and hit a nice shot out of the corner for Kaufman.
Unselfish play there by those kids. Kaufman hits that three, makes it 70-25. Clock running at less than a minute to go in this game. Trying to get it inbounds, and there's another steal, this time from Windland, and he's going to lay it up and in. And that's going to make it 72-25. Clock running now, under 40 seconds to play. Meadowbrook with the offense, trying to get something positive to happen to finish this basketball game with. Just not seeing any passing lanes available, and he gets it deep, and that shot's blocked. Yeagle laid it up, but it was blocked off of the backboard, and now Tri-Valley going to hold the basketball out here. Clock running, 15 seconds, and that's going to end this MVL crossover game. Tri-Valley is going to win this game 72-25 as the clock runs now under 5 seconds. Now 2-1, and there's the final horn. Tri-Valley Scotties victorious in Byesville tonight as they defeat the Meadowbrook Colts 72-25. We'll be back with a recap and statistics here in just a moment. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
If you're having any problems with your heating system, you want someone who will be there right away to help. This is Russ Abels. At Abels, we provide emergency service for any brand of heating cooling system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us. We promise to get you up and running quickly and professionally. And if you ever need a replacement, we'll help you save energy and money with a new high-efficiency system, and we will do a flawless installation. If you need help with your heating, call Abels.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call W.B. Green Insurance today. W.B. Green, professional insurance.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Back at Meadowbrook High School, Tri-Valley has defeated Meadowbrook tonight 72-25 in boys high school basketball. A game in which, after the first quarter, pretty much Tri-Valley controlled everything that they wanted to control. 12-10 at the end of that first quarter, a spirited effort by Meadowbrook coming right out of the locker room here. Hit some shots, forced Tri-Valley into some shots maybe they really didn't want to take. And after the first quarter, it was 12-10. Tri-Valley went on a nice run, though, fueled by some offensive rebounds and turnovers, and they scored 22 points in that second quarter to 8 for Meadowbrook, and that made our halftime score 34-18. Third quarter, again, Tri-Valley, the script was offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers, and they did that as they scored again 22 points in that third quarter to 7 for Meadowbrook, and that put the score at 56-25 at the end of 3. Fourth quarter, lots of fresh faces in the basketball game, a lot of kids that got more playing time tonight than they've probably had the first game or a couple of games, but Tri-Valley emptied their bench, as did Meadowbrook. Tri-Valley ends up winning this one 72-25. For the visitors and the victorious Tri-Valley Scotties, who are now 3-1 on the year, Jack Windland with 5 points, Jaden Walker with 8, Brady Kaufman with 5, Terrell Darden with 16, Cam Carnes with 2, Eric Neal with 9, Noah Nichols with 12, Aaron Frew with 1, Devin Crane with 2, Max Lyle with 12, and Keaton Hahn with 2. Lots of people scored, and they had 3 guys in double figures, so nice job there from Tri-Valley tonight. For Meadowbrook, Gunnar Davis with 3, Garrett Millam with 2, Colton Delancey with 13, Deshaun Mail with 1, and Dane Singleton with 6 for their total of 25, rounded out the Colts scoring tonight. Meadowbrook starting off their season here with, as we said in the pregame, lots of new faces out there and having to play 2 really tough basketball games to start the season. They had Meadowbrook played Tri-Valley. They hosted Tri-Valley tonight, but they were on the road at Sheridan Friday night. So a tough way to start the season for a young basketball team. Richard's got some other stats that he will share with us here as well.
Yeah, really, they got off to a great start, and then just Tri-Valley just wore them down with their personnel, and statistically tells a story for Tri-Valley. 20 did shoot it much better in the second half. 27 of 56 for the game, 3 of 14 from behind the arc. Kind of tells the story. Did have 10 turnovers, but out-rebounded the Colts 40-16 with 23 offensive rebounds. That tells a story on opportunities there. Meadowbrook, who did not score in the fourth quarter, ended up a cold at 10 for 36 from the floor, 3 for 20 from behind the arc. Just couldn't get any rhythm going to mount any type of offense. Tri-Valley has a nice ball club defensively. They extended the floor a little bit. That changed the tempo for the Scotties, got them going. And once they got going, they just simply had, more experienced personnel that got the job done tonight for Tri-Valley.
It's going to get interesting here for Tri-Valley. Their game Friday night, they host Sheridan on Friday night. So an early season matchup of 2 teams we expect to be pretty good in the MVL Big School Division. Then next Tuesday they travel to Riverview, and then the following Friday they go to Maysville. So again, Maysville is one of those teams we think that might cause some people some problems here in the MVL Big School Division. Maysville, Sheridan, 2 of the next 3 games here for Tri-Valley. As for Meadowbrook, Friday night they travel to New Lex, Mike Snively and I will have that game for you on WILE 97.7. Then next Tuesday, they travel to West M, who at this time, I'm going to assume they played Crooksville tonight, that they're still undefeated. So there's going to be another tough test there. And then the 16th, they go to Morgan. So it's not getting any easier for the young Colts, as they've got a section of games here that's pretty tough for them as well.
They really do. There's a lot of parity in the MVL. There always is, in particular this year. And like you said, doesn't get much easier. New Lex has a nice ball club, and there's just a lot of, when you look at the football season, you kind of make predictions just on who's going to be good based on athletic talent. And I will tell you, the MVL is pretty strong across the board in terms of having good athletics and good basketball teams, and and that's across the board, whether it be male or female. I'm going to be down here tomorrow night for John Glenn Meadowbrook girls, and we know that how the kind of success John Glenn had last year, and they've lost a couple tough ones early, but they're going to build on a successful season. And Meadowbrook, is off to a pretty good start and has a nice young ball club.
Right, I think that'll be a good game for you tomorrow night back here at Meadowbrook, as John Glenn girls will travel over here and take on the Meadowbrook Lady Colts in some MVL basketball tomorrow night, which you and Howard Twiggs will have. And I'm not sure what station, but I know you guys are on the air tomorrow night. As for us, like I said, I'll be with Meadowbrook this coming Friday night as they travel over to New Lex, and I'll also be over at West M next Tuesday. Anxious to see, if they can keep some of that momentum they had in the first quarter. Now he's talking to his kids about, we have to maintain that for 4 quarters, because that's the hard thing in this game. You get something going, and to maintain it and keep it going throughout the game is going to be a tough task for him to try to get across to his team. Right.
But I do like the start that Meadowbrook had tonight. It says a lot about their character after coming off a tough one on Friday, that they didn't fold. They came out trying to compete, and early they did that.
Well, again, with all of our fine sponsors here tonight, Doan Ford, West 40 Auto Sales, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, Southeastern Med, AMG Vanadium, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Valentine Insurance, and Abel's Heating, Electric, and Cooling, all sponsors for tonight's broadcast. And again, we appreciate all the work. We had Brett Klein here, Jaron Aber, Andrew Dunlap, all running all this fine video equipment that, once again, Richard and I have no idea what's going on. We're glad they're here taking care of all that for us. And again, for Richard Hall and Dave Hilliard, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Tri-Valley victorious 72 over Meadowbrook 25. You've been watching and listening to high school basketball on AVC Sports.
Thanks for watching high school basketball from AVC Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, Valentine Insurance, AMG Vanadium, Woodsfield Savings Bank, and Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling.